Hi students, this is Miss Gorman here. I am going to read to you aloud the short story, and after you listen to the story, you are going to go into your assignments and click on the comprehension questions, and you'll be answering some comprehension questions to follow. This assignment is due on Friday, May 1st, so next week. Okay, so the title of this story is called A Monster Out of a Molehill. And you will have access to this as well. That's in that tab there. Okay. A Monster Out of a Molehill. One morning when Dominic woke up, his eyeglasses were missing. He was certain he'd put them safely on his bedside table, as any mole who wore eyeglasses would do. Then he remembered he might have left them outside last night after gazing at stars. Or maybe by the pond when he took them off for an evening dip. In fact, they could be anywhere. Dominic climbed out of his molehill and looked around. He didn't find his eyeglasses, but what he did find was a terrible, hairy monster bursting out of the next molehill over, and it was charging right toward him. What could be worse? Without his glasses, Dominic couldn't even tell what kind of monster this was, but it looked like something he had never seen before. Dominic started running, but he stumbled and tripped over a tree root. The monster was following him. It waved its sturdy arms and wiggled its long, sharp claws. Dominic forced himself up and scooted onward. After a few moments, he stopped to catch his breath. He stole a glance at the creature. Were there 2 heads? 3 heads? He couldn't tell. Nor did he care to stay and count. He hustled forth again. The monster was approaching quickly. Dominic saw it had big, squiggly tentacles coming out of its long, pointy snout. And it was shouting his name. "Dominic!" it yelled. "Let me catch up to you." "No!" Dominic cried. He ran even faster, but slipped on a rock and stumbled face first into a puddle of mud. The monster was almost upon him. Dominic couldn't bear it any longer. He sat up and covered his face, only allowing himself to peek between his fingers. The monster's arm was reaching forward, and there was something in its hand. "My eyeglasses," Dominic said. He took them and placed them on carefully, as any mole who wore eyeglasses would do. And the monster came into focus. Only it wasn't a monster at all. It was his star-nosed friend Sebastian. "I found these on your porch last night, and I didn't want anything to happen to them," he said. Dominic gave a sigh of relief. He realized his buddy was just looking out for him. It couldn't have been any clearer. All right, students. So, after you listen through this video and story, you're now going to go to the comprehension questions, which is listed below this read aloud. Okay? Thanks, Grizzlies.